Republic. Last week, in partnership with Connect Tech, 20 local students completed training and are now preparing for their final exams to become certified level 1 solar PV installers. The students are currently preparing to take their final exams for the course later this month. These training spots were hotly contested with over 150 applicants, but space was only unfortunately for 20. Understanding that many applied that did not meet the essential criteria for this particular course of having electrical and construction experience in their backgrounds, the Ministry of Home Affairs has decided to help to fix this challenge through the Department of Energy. I am pleased to announce today the initiative that the Department of Energy will be undertaking with the Construction Association of Bermuda. A course of study through the NCCER, the National Center for Construction Education and Research, will be offered this fall. The NCCER is a non-profit organization whose mission it is to build a safe, productive, and sustainable workforce of craft professionals with a vision to provide universally recognized training in various construction sciences. The NCCER is sponsored locally by the Construction Association of Bermuda, and today we have with us one of their NCCER master trainers, Mr. Patrick Caton. While we are still working out some of the details, I can share a few of the highlights. Firstly, the course will be offered to those who have no experience in the building trades whatsoever. The only requirement is to have basic numeracy and literacy skills, which one might acquire with a basic high school diploma or equivalent qualification. Secondly, unlike last week's solar training intensive held over 5 days, this course will take at least 200 hours and require a firm commitment from the participants. Starting with the basics of site safety and moving on to equipment operations and mathematics in construction, students will complete module after module. They receive the equivalent of a level 1 solar installer qualification. I am particularly excited about the modularity of the NCCR courses and the opportunity for the students to add on additional training modules later if they choose. This training will stand participants in very good stead, whether or not they focus exclusively on solar installations. The best part of it is that it will be offered free of charge to participants. For this reason, I want to talk about today to ensure that those interested have an opportunity to submit their information in good time, effective immediately until the 31st of August. That means today until the 31st of August. I will ask that those who are interested submit your request only once. Include your name, contact information, and brief description of your current situation to energy@gov.bm. That is to energy@gov.bm. Those who had applied for last week's course, but who were not selected, need not apply again. We will resubmit their submissions into the program for this course. We will focus on those persons primarily who are currently unemployed, followed by the underemployed, and then we will consider other suitable candidates as the space permits. Once again, I want to indicate to everybody the actual email address that you send your submissions to, your name, your particulars, your contact information, and a brief description of your background. That is at energy@gov.bm, energy@gov.bm, to apply for this exciting new program, or to have any questions that you might have about the program answered as well. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And again, I'd like to wish all of Bermuda an enjoyable cup match, emancipation celebration, Mary Prince celebration, and a safe and healthy cup match weekend. Thank you, and I'll accept any questions.
Thank you, Minister. Just a couple of basic questions. Could you tell me, you say the course lasts for 200 hours?
Yes.
But how long in terms of, the period of time does that take to complete those 200 hours?
Thank you for the question. I'll let Mr. Caton, who's here, who's obviously the expert on the specifics of the program, who can answer that question.
Okay. And also, sorry.
Well, go ahead if you have another
No,
question.
it's fine. Sorry. Go.
Good morning, all. That would approximately take about 3 months. So we found that around 5 hours a day is about the maximum of instruction that people can handle. It gets a little bit onerous beyond that, particularly because there are skills assessments as well as written and technical assessments for the material that's being covered.
Okay. And when will the first course start?
Well, that's up to the Department of Energy. It will depend on a suitable venue, but we are looking for early fall to start the course.
Right. And how many students can you take on in one sitting?
Well, that would be dependent on the venue as well. Our limitation is the size of venue and the testing facility. Because all of our written examinations are done through a secure web portal, we would require typically 20 computers that are connected that we can administer the exams through.
And clearly you believe that this is a growing industry. It's it's becoming more and more popular, and demand is sort of growing all the time. Is that a fair comment?
Oh, definitely. And in Bermuda, we import a regrettably large percentage of our skilled workforce, particularly in construction. And for many years, it would seem that technical training has languished for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. We're hoping that this raises the profile of what can be done with technical training. For example, as the minister talked about, the initial core program that every candidate will go through is a foundation program that will qualify them to be enrolled in any structured apprenticeship that can be done under NCCR, and that would be masonry, carpentry, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, equipment, safety, supervision, even if one wanted to work up towards being a project manager or site superintendent. And as a universally accredited qualification that's recognized in the US and Canada and in the UK, it would give our workforce a skills passport, as it were, and able to, if they were looking to seek employment elsewhere or further their skills. Mm-hmm. And it gives everyone the chance to progress as to where they're interested.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Catton.
Might I just add to that? One of the visions that the government has embraced goes, and just to give you some background, goes back to when we devised the energy policy back in 2011. In that policy, we envisioned hundreds of job opportunities, as if the vision for the energy industry as we had devised then could be realized. Ironically, much of what we have, what we outlined in that particular policy is being realized, particularly through the IRP, the Integrated Resource Plan, and the vision it has for energy future for Bermuda, which is 85 to 90+% of our energy by 2035 being from renewables. That creates a great opportunity for investment. That creates an opportunity for diversification, as we want to have a diversified energy future, not solely based on the production or generation from one utility, but there can be thousands of producers of energy in Bermuda, both in distributed from the household up to utility scale. But there's also the opportunity that there are 6.5 megawatts of solar potential generation that we could deploy through solar. And so that's hundreds, that's thousands of homes. That means that the energy industry is really an industry for investment, job growth, and diversification. So this program that we certainly completed last week, and this program is a part of our effort to build capacity in technical skills, the people who will be installing, designing, and doing all that's necessary to make that conversion from fossil fuel to renewable energy future. This is the constituency that we're building through this program.
Yeah.
There will be more opportunities to create programs like this. We look forward to bringing them to the table. So what Mr. Caton has outlined will give a wide variety of skill sets to people that they can take into this new energy future, but also in other areas of which we need people. We need plumbers, we need electricians, we need other skilled technicians as we try and modernize and constantly ensure our infrastructure, this is really about infrastructure, is maintained and is consistently in a place where it continues the quality of life that everybody who lives in Bermuda has been able to benefit from.
Okay, Minister, thanks so much. Mr. Caton, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other questions from the media? All right, thank you all for attending. And Minister, some closing remarks?
Yes, I wish to emphasize to the public and everyone, this is a part of the effort by the government to continue and move beyond the pandemic as well. Despite the challenges the pandemic has faced Bermuda, there are opportunities that are still ahead of us to deal with a number of areas that are going to help our economy get back on track. One of them is creating new diversified skill opportunities for our residents. This is a program which is just a part of that, because no matter what we have to do and we do with around the pandemic, and ultimately we believe we will be successful with dealing with our situation, we still have to keep this country running. We still have to ensure that our energy needs are met. And through programs like what we're doing here with Mr. Caton, will help prepare our citizens for those opportunities as they come along. And we look forward to announcing more programs like this, where training opportunities, not only in this area of solar energy and how we're building capacity in the energy sector, but other programs. And we're happy to be working with the Construction Association in this, because we believe we have the same vision for Bermuda as we continue to ensure our infrastructure is ready for the future. So thank you very much.